Boss told me to not let husband surprise me anymore. BC work is more important. Husband surprised me with a weekend trip to meet someone important to me that I've not had the chance to meet yet. For my birthday BTW. Issue is my flight is on Friday, so I'd need the day off. I've been working overtime and extra weekends. For the extra money, but also to help them out. So one day off shouldn't be an issue. I got told fine. But don't let it happen again. Tell husband no more surprises. You've got work, you know. Peeved. I wouldn't work any more overtime or weekends. And when they ask why, tell them that you told your husband about no more surprises, so now you plan to spend every weekend together. Get fucked is the only response I can think of to that bullshit, lol. You should surprise them by not showing up. Submit a time off request. If they say it is denied, politely say it was just a formality. You weren't asking for the time off. If they have a problem with that, you won't be back after your time off. If you can't schedule the day off in advance, just call in sick and don't tell them your weekend plans. I'm sorry, but I will not have my life descent into the spiral of mediocrity that has become yours. Is a very gentle way to break his soul. Nope. Family takes priority over work. Remind your boss what your priorities are. And for their little attempt at a power trip, you can probably stop working overtime and extra weekends. They lost that privilege. At least now they won't be surprised on what happens on the weekends. I've got a surprise for you. Screw you. I quit. Relieved face. Next time they ask you to work overtime, tell them you'll do it this time. But don't ever ask me again. Your husband should surprise you with a new job. Your reward for working extra hard was setting a false expectation that you will always do that without complaining. As a manager, I can't imagine saying that to somebody I work with. Enjoy yourself and don't even give it a second thought. I've been working overtime and extra weekends for the extra money, but also to help them out. Get the money you need, but fuck helping them out. Tell him to eat it. Any boss that thinks work is more important than family life is a clown face. I also have accrued PTO, part of that total comp package you assholes lured me in with. I had a very difficult boss. He always said my vacations, long weekends, didn't work for him. He then said, why don't you vacation when I take mine? I replied, what, and cut my vacation time in half. He was that hard to get along with. He was incredulous. I was in a union. So go ahead and fire me. I dare you. Working sucks in the USA. I'm not going to be here Friday. Block the work numbers for the weekend. Guess you now know not to tell them next time and just call of. That was very nice of them to let you know you're not appreciated there and it's time to move on and find a better job. I'd follow his advice and find a new employer where your husband surprising you won't be such a problem. Tell boss no more overtime, staying late, generally showing goodwill beyond what you're contracted to do. You have a life and a family, you know. What's the point of work if you can't enjoy the money you make from it? Lol, I stopped working overtime a long time ago. They won't remember the hundreds of times you did work OT. They'll only remember the one time you don't. So I just say fuck it now. No, every time. Your boss is an ass clown. Maybe spend more time with your husband and less time at work? Maybe look for a better job? I just say no, you. I have a family and that's more important than work. Next. Surprise them with the I found somewhere that pays better and treats their employees better. So, you're going to have to cover those weekends from now on, manager. Later. If they say no more surprises, That will work both ways. No need to take on extra shifts at short notice for them. Someday you both will be too old to travel. Do you think you will look back to 2023 and wish you had spent more time at the office? Bosses are the worst dependents. Husband should surprise you as much as he wants. Just call in sick from now on. Work is becoming another form of serfdom. Time for malicious compliance. What a bad manager. Ha ha ha. Oh, your kick rocks, fucko. I would have flipped the script. I don't need any more work. My husband is more important. Life is not about work. Work is only important because we need money. That's why I like my current job. We all work hard, but we're also on top of things. And if someone calls out, then we're able to cover it no problem. And they say fast food is a bad job. FFS. I may be making less $16 hour from my former job, $19.50 hours. But at least we're on top of things. And people know what to do. I just started it last week, so I'm now on week 2. And fuck it. I like the environment better. Better than working with bitchy truckers or bitchy IT people under a deadline. So much. How is he rewarding you for the important work? You can retire in a year or 2. No, family is more important. Full stop, no discussion. Just call in sick. If you need a note, tell the doc some basic stomach bug symptoms after the fact. My go to illness. And you manage to refrain from violence? I'd have Friday appointments for the rest of my life after a stupid interaction like that. Family over everything. Heart. Sounds like you have the right values. Don't let your boss denigrate your values. Would have told them that the overtime is optional, so consider it even then. Work is more important, my ass. What a prick. Do your 8 and hit the gate. I'll consider that, but I have a life, you know. I will never understand the but also to help them out. I mean, did they help you out to let your husband give you a surprise to meet someone important to you, or did they effectively deny you any right to have vacation after laboring above and beyond for them? And was your boss that told you no more surprises working those same hours along you or going home at or before the time you did every time while making way more than you? Hard workers are rewarded with more work. Never forget that. Now stop doing overtime and working weekends. How's that for a surprise? Quit telling your boss about your personal life. I had a boss say, tell your wife that there's work to be done. I asked him if that's what he told his wife. He said yes. I asked him how that worked out for him. His answer, well, we're divorced now. Never ask for time off. Inform them of your future absence. Husband said, okay, but no more weekends or overtime because you have commitments at home. Why do you tell them the reason? This happened to me this summer with my mom. My dad and I were going on a trip to San Francisco, a city my mom loves, and we ended up getting a free voucher for a cancellation. I texted my mom's boss asking if she could have the day off to come on the trip, and he said no. She's an office manager at a family-owned electric and heating company. I've been working overtime and extra weekends. Hope you learned your lesson. Is it possible that your boss doesn't have a life and doesn't want anyone else to either? I'm miserable. So why should you be happy? SMH. Boss told me to not let husband use my personal time because it all belongs to him. Unfortunately, I will be unavailable for XYZ days due to an urgent matter. I apologize for any inconvenience this may cause. I will return to work on XYZ day. Stop telling people at work your business that will use it against you. What's TGE point of having OA days off if you aren't allowed to use them?